Hi everybody, welcome to a very dreary day here. So yeah, we've had a really busy few days. Saturday my eldest, she did a coding club, and then we all went to a family function for a cousin's birthday. And then on Sunday, we went tobogganing. Monday, we've just started a monthly pottery club. So we did that with our friends, which was lovely. We were there for like 2 hours. It was really nice, really relaxing. So that was lovely. My youngest, she chose a pre-made little plaster unicorn thing to paint. So she painted that. My eldest, she built something from scratch with clay. So we've been introducing more creativity into, I mean, we do quite a lot of creative stuff anyway, because my day job is an artist, and I work one day a week as an illustrator, but I'm trying to personally be a lot more creative for myself, because I don't always, like, I'm creative for work, but I'm not always creative for myself. So I'm trying to kind of introduce more creativity, and I'm trying to carve out little bits of time in the day as well to do more creative things, as well as reading and other things. I'm trying to model more of those behaviours as well. And so we've been introducing air dry clay a lot more. When we've always done air dry clay, but we have kind of introduced that a lot more into our rhythms, and what we've been doing and everything. But my daughter was like a bit frustrated, because she wants to drink, eat and drink out of things, but you can't do that with air dry clay. Yes, my sweet. Right, so that's a snack administered. I saw a fantastic meme on Instagram the other day about the most expensive thing about homeschool or home ed, and they'd got like the supplies, the curriculum, all that kind of thing, and it was all crossed out. And then it had groceries, and I'm like, yes. I don't know. Just always seems to be like snacking. I feel like I'm always administering some sort of food. But yeah, she's just had her strawberries and gone off happily with strawberries. So they're actually having a bit of alone time. So as I was saying, we've had a busy sort of few days. So they're the pottery. You can't drink or eat off of air dry clay. So I was trying to find somewhere that we could go and make stuff out of clay that could then be baked in the kiln, and then glazed appropriately with food safe stuff. So we found somewhere. So yeah, we've set up a little club, calling it Pottery Club. So yeah, she made a mug, which was really nice, and she's very excited. So when we go back next month, so it's got to be left there to dry, and then it'll be fired in the kiln. And then when we go back next month, she'll be able to paint it with underglaze, and then they'll glaze it, so it'll be all, and then fired in the kiln again. So that was really nice. So yeah, we did that, and that was really lovely. It was really, really relaxing. There was just so much concentration as well. Like, so there was, they were sitting with their friends and sort of chatting to their friends and things. But yeah, like lots of concentration. And I'll tell you what I love the fact that I mean, half the children chose something that was already made to paint, and the other half built something from scratch for themselves. And I love the fact that you gave however many children that were there lumps of clay, and then just seeing what they came out with, what they made, how different people's brains work and their creativity. I find that fascinating. So my daughter made a mug or cup. The girl she was sat next to made a unicorn. Someone else made a bowl that looks like a rabbit. Someone else made a butterfly. Yeah, it was just, I just really love that, seeing how different people's creativity is. And yeah, it was really nice. So yeah, I mean, there's these things, isn't there, like about home ed and, you know, socialisation, but socialisation means different things to different people, and we are a neurodiverse family, and so too much socialisation can actually have sort of a negative or a reverse impact for us, which is why I say that, like, we need kind of like more rest periods and things like that, rather than just kind of, you know, like full on all day every day. It doesn't really work for us. So there we go. And then so on Monday afternoon we started a new read aloud. We just picked this up. My daughter saw it and was like, oh, what's that, at the library the other day, and picked it up just sort of off chance. It's called Harley Hitch and the Fossil Mystery. Vashti Hardy is the author, and it's really good actually. We're quite a way in. It's so far about it's in like a futuristic kind of town, and they get a new professor called Professor Anning, and she takes them on a field trip to look for fossils, and she finds this fossil. But then but they don't know what this fossil is. And then in another class, they're being tasked with coming up with an invention. And so she decides to invent a time travel machine to go back in time to try and work out what the fossil is. Now, so far, as I say, we haven't got like too far. We're on chapter 9, which is page 87. So about halfway. Yeah, about halfway through. And so far, it is really good. We're all enjoying it, and there's lots of, obviously it's fiction, but there are lots of facts in there as well. So we're introduced to Mary Anning, and that she found the ichthyosaur, and how to go about fossil hunting and different fossils and the different terminology between a trace fossil, etc. So yeah, at the moment I'm really recommending this one if you've got some fossil enthusiasts. It's interesting because we aren't actually due to, so if you saw my other video, I said about like our home ed plan. We're not actually, we've got like a little plan of what we were going to what we're going to do over the next coming months, based on some trips that we've got planned, or like workshops or sessions that we've got planned. And we are going to Butster Ancient Farm with some friends for a workshop, and while we're there we are going to make a holiday out of it, as are all our other friends as well, which is awesome, having a home ed holiday. And we're planning to go to some of the sort of beaches down that way, and sort of look for fossils. So around that sort of time we thought we would start learning more. I mean, my daughter is really into kind of history and fossils anyway, so yeah, we thought we'd kind of touch more on fossils and stuff. So a bit early, but you know, it's like follow the passions and the interests when they come, you know. So so yeah, that would have been a really good book to read alongside that topic, but we're just reading it now, so that's okay, that's cool. So can't massively remember what I was saying. So yeah, I keep getting interrupted, which is how these videos are going to go, because a lot of the time, because I'm going to be doing it around family life and being a home ed mum. So there we go. And I'm trying to remember what I was talking about and all that kind of stuff. So you can hear someone's just getting out their Play-Doh. That's my youngest. She's getting out her Play-Doh. Aren't you a pickle? So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about what we did on Monday. So we did that. Did a bit of maths, and then my eldest daughter, is using the app Simply Piano, and she's learning keyboard, so she did some of that. Oh, and I just really can't remember now. I feel tired now. And then yesterday, what did we do yesterday? More music. Science. Oh yeah, we did a bit of science yesterday, some human biology and stuff. Not a lot that I can remember. Finished off our Narnia stuff. I'll probably do a video on like the things that we've done for our Narnia, because I thought some of you might find that interesting. Yeah, I was having some time on my own down here because both of the children were having, as I said, like a bit tired. It's been a busy few days, busy 4 days straight. We've been into town this morning and done some errands and things, and they've learned more music. We've read some books. So yeah, they were having some iPad time on their own, in their own bedrooms, and I was on my own. I was going to talk to you and do stuff. But now youngest has come down, so.
Mommy, I can't find something.
Play-Doh, hang on. Yeah, so I was just going to start looking at stuff for next week. So we've basically got like a couple of bits to finish off with our Narnia project, and that was we were going to have a Narnia themed tea and watch the movie, do a movie review, and then do like a Venn diagram on the movie and book comparisons, and then that will be our Narnia project finished. And then we're going to move on to, obviously it'll be a new month next week, February, so it's going to move on to our new topics. So that's what I was just about to do. I was just about to go look at our stuff. So in February, daughter wants to start reading the BFG, and so I've already got the BFG stuff printed out, which I showed you in the other video. But if you want like a closer look at that, I can kind of show you that. We're going to be looking at the Ancient Sumer, and I've got the curriculum that I purchased from Chatty Zebra, which I just need to print that out. And I got a couple of Ancient Sumer books from the library. And then I need to find some videos as well that we can watch, because my daughter really enjoys kind of watching videos about a topic as well, so I need to do that. And the beginning of next week we are going to an observatory. I'm just my eldest. My youngest can't go, she's too young. The insurance doesn't cover that young. And yeah, so we're going to be starting on space. So in theory, we're going to be doing space, Ancient Sumer, and the BFG as like our projects. And then we'll do all like the maths, the science, everything else in and amongst that. That's the plan. And obviously, if things take longer, then we'll move them over to the next month, or we'll dip in and out. Space is something we have done. We keep coming back round and round and round to the topic of space, because my eldest really enjoys it. So and that's good, you know. Find something you enjoy, and that's good. Yeah. So we've got quite a few space books on our bookshelf that I'm looking at the moment, but I also got a book out of the library because we quite like the DK books. So I got this one out as a change. Do you know about space? So we could have like a little flick through that. I mean, it might have some of the same stuff in it that we've already got. We'll see. We have applied and been accepted with. Okay, you just need to take things out of the box to look, my darling. I have this thing at the moment. I'm trying to push back a little bit because, you know, she's getting older now. You know, I'm your mum. I'm here to help you, but I'm not your slave. So she's trying to find something to do with her Play-Doh in a box full of the Play-Doh stuff, but she can't find it. But it's like you need to take things out of the box to be able to find it. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, good. You know, it's like having that reaction, you know. I have no idea what I was talking about. So yeah, this is how my video content's gonna be. Oh yeah, so someone told me about an organisation called Scopes for SEN. So we applied for a scope and we've been accepted, and so we are going to be being sent a telescope, which is so exciting. Can't wait for that. They said it was about a 4-week wait, and that was about a week and a half ago, I think. So hopefully it won't be too much longer now. So yeah, that would be really nice, particularly while it's still winter and so the evenings are still darker earlier, because obviously summertime with kids it's not so easy to do spacey stuff. So that would be really cool. And for the youngest, both of my kids, I'm trying to do some more like EYFS sensory stuff, because they both really enjoy it. Even though my eldest is like way past, like in terms of age, she still really enjoys like a tough tray, a sensory tray kind of thing. So I have already dyed some rice black for like space. But I was looking at the amount I've got here. So a friend of mine very kindly gave me a load of out-of-date rice and quinoa and something or other. I can't remember now. So yeah, I dyed some black, but I'm looking at that thinking that might not be quite enough for the tough tray. So I don't want to dye all of the rice. I want to save some rice. So I might maybe do some like chickpeas and things, dye them black, just to give like another sort of dimension, another texture for our tough tray, sensory tray. And I have painted up, because I really enjoy doing these, I have painted on a Jenga block. I have painted a little rocket. I have painted a couple of astronauts. You can see those. This one's Major Tom. I know, really funny. I know. So I've got a couple of little astronauts. I might have to paint some more so they don't fight. And I've got a couple of aliens. So yeah. And then I was thought perhaps like I'd do some other elements in there as well, like some tin foil for the moon, for moons or rocks and things like that. So I was going to have a go. I was going to today while they were upstairs, you know, I was going to like dye up some more thing, because they do actually, sometimes I get them involved in setting up the tough trays and things, and other times I'm do surprises, because they do like having surprises. So I might do that. And I also, because I said we've done space quite a few times, I'm also going to go through like our space resources and see what we've got, to work out whether I need to print or find any more stuff. So that is a plan, as well as putting some laundry on to dry and stuff. Blue, pink. So yeah, I was going to dye some more rice black, because like our tray, this is our Narnia themed one, as you can see it's being well used. Our tray is quite big. I do have a smaller one as well, but then I thought no, I might just not do some more black, and so we have done some different pasta. This is a starry pasta and quinoa mix that we've done a metallic-y blue, and this is like different pasta shapes that we've done pink. So I'm going to let them dry out me. So we just put them in a bowl, put the pasta in a bowl, and then what did we do? We put the pasta in the bowl.
Yes, and we put it in here.
No, how did we make it blue?
We wear that thing and turn it blue.
So what was in the bottle? What was it?
Blue.
Yeah, what was it? Paint.
Paint.
Paint, yeah. So we squeezed some poster paint. So we put the pasta in there, and then we put the paint in, and then what did we do with the spoon?
And it mixed, and it turned colour.
Yeah, we mixed, and we till it's thoroughly coloured, and then we've just laid it out on some baking paper to dry, and then once it's dry, I'll crumble it up. It might need to be spread out some more to dry, and then when it's all dry, you can crumble it up, and then it's like this, and it'll be all ready for our space themed tray that I'll sort out next week. Hi everybody, it's days later since I started making this video, so apologies if I start talking to myself. It's been a crazy couple of days here with various different family functions and things. You could probably hear the washing machine on in the background, but I mean, that's just how it has to roll around here, as I'm sure it does in your house as well. So you can probably see behind me, got a poster up. So yeah, when I last talked, I was starting to talk about what we're going to do, what's coming up, and all the planning and everything. So I've started doing that. So let me kind of talk you through it. So this poster that we've got up on the wall is from the Open University. Got it quite a long time ago, but I don't know whether they still do it or anything, but there is a link here that you might be able to check out. So open.edu/openlearn/planets. So yeah, you might be able to still get some sort of resources from them. I don't know. So we just put that up on the wall, and then I was just going through, so we've done space quite a few times in the past, so because my daughter loves it, so just got a folder full of bits and pieces. So I've just been pulling out what we've got and looking through it. So got a newspaper article, this is from 2019, that we've saved about Apollo 11. So we can go through that. There's a random stuff here as well. So so the good thing is, I think for me going through some of the past stuff I saved, is that I found some things that I've previously printed out for other topics. So we looked at the war, and we used to go to a homemade group, and they and they did like a rationing exercise, and I printed this out from Twinkle at the time, and then we never used it, but we are going to be looking at some war stuff when we look at Bletchley Park. So I got that out, and we're going to be looking at some fossils and archaeology and paleontology. Again, we love history here, so I had that I found. And also, we're not really going to touch on the Romans too much, because we've sort of done the Romans quite a lot. But also, I'm not sure that we're going to fit it in, but we are potentially doing a trip to a Romans museum with friends. But I found this in amongst our stuff. So History Hackers Roman Rescue. So I pulled that out to look at anyway. So yeah, the resources. So a while ago now in Cambridge, they had this Oliver Jeffers event for his new book Back in Earth, and like we walked through like the model of the solar system, and there were loads of different organisations there that were giving out loads of material. So of course I picked them up. So you might be able to find some of these as well. They're really good. So this one is just an information booklet about the sun. So it's from the Science and Technologies Facilities Council. So I don't know if there's any other kind of links. So this one is just there you go. There's a link there. stfc.ukri.org. So that's just an information booklet. But these ones they're from the same people. This is Hands-on Universe. So these are really good. So not only are they informative, but they also have activities in there as well. So so it starts like go outside into the night sky, and then when you come back, like make a table of what you've seen, then analyze your analyze what you've seen and things. So yeah, there's got like different hands-on activities. So we'll work our way through this. I should probably an activity about the sun, discovering the solar system. So what's another activity there about moon discoveries and make a model of the solar system and stuff. So yeah, we'll go through that one. So the universe. This one is the same thing but just larger, hands on the moon. Then there's this one. We did actually do, this one was from Cambridge Science Centre, and we did actually do quite a lot of the activities in this before, but I think we might do them again because my daughter really enjoys it, and it kind of helps us to cement the knowledge. So just looking at designing your own planets and like whatever colour they are. And we made Rice Krispie cakes before. We dyed loads of different Rice Krispies with marshmallows, different colours, and then smooshed them together to make planets that were edible. Looked absolutely disgusting. Tasted nice, but there we go. So there's like different like missions and maths in there, and this was really good. A chocolate melting experiment, chocolate at the speed of light. So I'll hold it like that so that if you want to screenshot you can, and then do that. So that's really good. So we've got lots of hands-on experiments in there. A couple of colouring things that I picked up that we never got round to doing. These are just duplicates that I didn't realise because I picked up everything. And then I've got this that we saved from a National Geographic Kids magazine. And so I thought, because it's not it's just like repetition of the stuff that we've already got. So I thought maybe we could perhaps cut some of the information out and perhaps, cut it out and re-stick it down kind of thing. I'm not sure. We'll see. And then, so that's all like the space resources. Got a right menagerie of things on the table, like the kids' craft projects from today. So yeah, that's all of our space resources. I'm probably going to print off from Twinkle. I found some things about NASA, women, women aeronautical engineers and things. I thought that might be quite good, so I'm going to print some of those out. But basically most of our space stuff is going to come from these hands-on books, because they are awesome. And then so lastly, so you've already seen my BFG workbook, because this month we're looking at the BFG, the book by Roald Dahl, and the workbook. We're learning about space again because we're going to an observatory tonight, actually. We're going to an observatory, and our family was very kindly sent from Scopes for Sen a telescope, which is amazing. So if you have children with additional needs, it's Scopes for, the number 4, Sen. They're on Instagram and on the internet, and you can apply to them and get sent a telescope, which is awesome. And ours came last week, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So yes, so the trip to the observatory has sparked going back over space stuff, and then obviously we've got the telescopes, that's cool. Then yeah, the BFG, because we usually read a book, although we are finishing off reading that archaeology book as well. And then my daughter wants to learn about the ancient Sumer. She loves her history, and we do a lot of history, and she absolutely adores watching Time Team and Digging for Britain and all that kind of stuff in the evenings with us. So this is from Chatty Zebra. This is the ancient Sumer curriculum. They do have, so the curriculum comes in 2 parts. I haven't printed all of the pages off. It's a massive curriculum. I've just printed off a selection that I think gives us a broad idea of who the ancient Sumer people were, and you know, like what they were about, and that kind of thing. You know, like, because we can always, I sort of feel like, coming back over here so I can go hands-free, so I sort of feel like a part of me kind of worries that, like, wow, you know, like this is like really like in depth, you know, what are we going to do when she's older? So I sort of feel like if we touch on some of these subjects now, like I've already bought that curriculum, I've got it, so I can reprint it out at any time. But I sort of feel like if we do perhaps like half of it, then we can perhaps do more at a future time, either like print it all out and do all of it, or we can do the other half at another time. So yeah, I just printed out kind of some of the pages, as I said, that I think she'd be interested in, or that I feel like we could do. And they've also got, as part of that curriculum, it also looks at modern day Iraq as well. So we're probably going to not do that at the moment, because as I say, she's mega into history and likes like history stuff. So we're probably literally just going to do ancient Sumer, but obviously sort of briefly touch on like where it is in the world and who those people are now. But then I thought, yeah, we could save perhaps all the stuff about the modern day Iraq for another time. Also, it's fitting it all in with everything else we've got going on and groups, and, you know, because I'm sort of conscious that we need to do some, like, you know, maths and, you know, other bits and pieces. Other bits and pieces too. So yeah, I haven't printed it all off. So yeah, so basically the focus this month is space, BFG, and the ancient Sumer. And we've still got a couple of bits to finish off for Narnia, but that's fine. And then all the other bits which I showed you on that project plan up there, like the maths, the Shakespeare Club, that kind of thing. Just, you know, as and when. But as I said, it's not all set in stone. If it takes us longer than a month, it takes us longer than a month, you know. It's no problem. It's just we're just doing things that tie in with the visits that we're doing and that kind of thing. So there we go. And I was going to set up a play tray for the kids as well, which I sort of showed you doing that. I'll probably post some stuff on that on Instagram maybe. So yeah, anyway, I hope these sort of videos are kind of interesting for you or useful. It'd be really interesting to know if you prefer like videos on planning what's coming up, or whether you prefer videos like a weekly video on what we've done kind of thing. I don't know, or both. Let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. So in case you don't see it on my Instagram, I just thought I would show you what the play tray, it looks like. Just set it up. So we've got the black rice. These little moons are actually wax melts. They've got like a nice fragrance to them. We've got some stars. These are foam stars. I've had them for years. Some of that pink and blue pastel things. Some bubble wrap with some glitter in it. You know, a new planet kind of thing. Some like asteroid rocks, the aliens, some scoops, that holographic square that we use in the Narnia. And yeah, I think that looks pretty cool if I do say so myself. Also found out this sticker book that we have had for, I don't know, I'd forgotten we got that. It was on the bookshelf. So that's a nice little find. And these are the books that we already have in our collection because we are kind of into it. So Space Travel for the Under 10s by Patrick Moore, that's quite old. Osborne, Living in Space, Sun, Moon and Stars on the Moon. I've got Beyond the Night Sky, again this is a really old one. I think these old ones are actually my husband's when he was a young lad. So with these old ones, we kind of use them to look at like some sort of pictures and some things, but then we kind of try and use more like modern sources because obviously information changes, but they're quite nice for pictures and things. Let's read and find out about the moon. Osborne, Understanding Science and Astronomy, First Guide to the Universe, again that's really old. The Planisphere, this is really good because you can turn it around so you can see what constellations you can see in the night sky. The Glow in the Dark Night Sky book, that's just got constellations in it. And then we've got Earth as well, so might add that in too.